Give everyone a moment to get in from the waiting room. As a reminder, if you are not a panelist or are not currently asking a question, please mute yourself. Good morning. This is a hearing before the Licensing Board for the City of Boston, as well as the Boston Fire Department, the Boston Public Improvement Commission, Inspectional Services, and the Office of Economic Development. Today is Monday, September 21st, 2020, and this is an informational hearing regarding outdoor dining and the use of approved heaters by licensees. Today's hearing is being conducted pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing will be posted to the City of Boston's website. I'm going to briefly introduce Chairwoman of the Board, Kathleen Joyce.
Thank you, Leslie. I'm Kathleen Joyce. I'm Chair of the Licensing Board. I just want to say thank you all for joining us today, and thank you for my City of Boston counterparts. We're happy to help answer any questions to the restaurants that have joined us today and to help you extend your outdoor dining experience in a safe way.
Chairwoman Joyce. With us, we also have Deputy Chief Brian Tully, the head engineer for the Public Improvement Commission, Todd Liming, Janelle Finnerty from the Boston Fire Department, Christina Grublin from the Boston Fire Department, Rebecca Fu, who is our Chief of Operations, Natalia Urtubey from the Office of Economic Development, and last but not least, Assistant Commissioner Daniel Manning from the Inspectional Services Department. I will begin with a brief overview. I'm sorry, we also have Chris English, from the Chief of Staff of the Inspectional Services Department. And I apologize if I missed anyone else. I'll begin with a brief overview of the advisory and the recent changes announced by Mayor Walsh, and then we'll go into any questions by the licensees. As you may be aware, Mayor Walsh announced last week that the temporary outdoor dining program has been extended past its initial October 31st, 2020 date. The temporary outdoor dining program on private property, meaning outdoor dining areas that do not extend onto public sideways and parking lanes, has been extended indefinitely for the duration of the ongoing COVID-19 related public health emergency, or unless and until any additional guidance is issued by the board or any other city department. Licensees using temporary outdoor dining program on non-contiguous spaces, meaning those operating with the series of special one-day licenses, may continue to operate pursuant to the approvals previously issued unless and until further notice by the board. Licensees utilizing the temporary outdoor dining program on the public sidewalks and parking lanes may continue to use the approved space of those public ways until December 1st, 2020, weather permitting, or until further notice or guidance is issued by the board. Obviously, the use of these public ways has additional impacts regarding outdoor weather, so we will be monitoring this very closely, and the interdepartmental outdoor dining team will evaluate any requests to extend past December 1st based on whether public health and public safety can allow them to do so. As a reminder, tents and pop-up canopies are not allowed on the public property, including sidewalks, parking lanes, and city parks. No exceptions will be made. Licensees wishing to utilize approved propane heaters may only do so upon applying and receiving the written approval from the Boston Fire Department via their online application portal. And there are representatives here from the Boston Fire Department to address any questions you may have. The standard fee for this application will be waived on a one-time temporary non-precedent setting basis. While the fee will be waived, none of the code or other public safety requirements will be waived. So some important factors it's always important to keep in mind. Propane storage is always prohibited indoors regardless of the circumstances. Propane storage on the public sidewalk or the public roadway is also prohibited. Propane cylinders must be removed from the heaters when not in use and must be stored in approved metal cages or lockers. And inspecting this will be part of the process that the Boston Fire Department undertakes if you do choose to apply. Propane heaters are prohibited under tents or any other structure, regardless of the circumstances. Does not matter if it's on public or private property, you can never have a propane heater under a tent. Electric heaters can be utilized and do not require a permit. However, you may not have wires or extension cords crossing or in any way impeding the public way, including sidewalks and parking lanes, and that means both extending on the public way as well as running above. Staff from both the licensing board and the Boston Fire Department will make ourselves available to answer any additional questions you may have and to work with you throughout this process. And I know Rebecca Fu on our team just posted some information in the public chat with links to the advisory as well as to the portal. Some of the questions we've gotten to date have dealt with, among other things, questions about the portal itself. Please note that Google Chrome is the preferred browser when you're filling out the information on the portal, that it will most likely work much better if you're using your computer than if you're on a cell phone, and that the initial intake will take 3 to 5 business days. And please note, the Boston Fire Department is receiving a large influx of these requests. At the end of the day, public safety is of the utmost importance to all of the departments. So while the mayor, the city, and all of the various departments represented on this call are committed to working with all of our licensees to think about creative solutions and ways we can extend outdoor dining into the cold weather season, no exceptions can be made to the requirement that these heaters must be approved, and they're going to be subject to an inspection by the Boston Fire Department. With that, Chairwoman Joyce, do you have anything?
Thanks, Leslie. You did a great job outlining the process. I don't have anything more to add if you want to jump to the questions.
Sure. Just before we jump to the questions, Deputy Chief Tully, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I think you were pretty thorough in your assessment and information you put out there.
We're all learning more than I think we ever thought we would about propane heaters, among other things. And with that, we will open it up to any questions. Is there anyone who you can either enter them into the chat or feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions you may have. If we don't have the information that you're seeking, we're doing a lot of follow-up with individual licensees, and you can always email licensingboard@boston.gov, and we will loop you in with all the relevant departments. Do we have any questions? All right, I think that would be a first for us. Assistant Commissioner Dan Manning, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, not this time. Thank you.
Natalia Urtubey with the Office of Economic Development, is there anything you would like to add?
Thank you so much, Leslie. Nope, we're just here to support. So if there's any businesses needing additional help with any of this, please feel free to reach out to us at smallbiz@boston.gov, and I will add this to the chat. I'm happy to connect with any businesses needing additional support.
Thank you, Natalia. Todd Liming with PIC, I saw you put your video back on, so I assume that means I can call on you to ask if there's anything PIC would like to add.
Nope, nothing to add from me. Just sitting back and enjoying the show.
All right, and with that, I'll give it one more shot. Is there anyone who wishes to ask any questions? As a reminder, I think everyone on this call knows you can always reach out to our various departments. We're always here to respond to you in a timely fashion. Okay, well, we appreciate everyone spending the time today to listen to the updates on outdoor dining and propane heaters. Feel free to reach out with any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Talk soon.